Hello and welcome to another episode of Star Trek Adventures here on the Gamehammer Classic Gaming channel. And I probably should stop saying things like that and start with Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enigma. Its continuing mission to enjoy lots of fun games. We're getting a lot of feedback there.
Yes,
Can you guys hear that?
No, muted it. Sorry.
Oh, fair enough. Their continuing mission to explore strange new games, to seek out new dice and roll them, to boldly go where some people may have gone before. What are we like, guys? So hello to everyone in the chat. I believe we have my nephew Zach. Hello, Zach. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Who else is in the chat? It appears to be us. And, oh, my lovely wife, Jenny. Hello, Jenny. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone enjoys the show too, because we've got quite a show for them, haven't we, gentlemen and ladies, and whatever identity you want to claim tonight? I am not going to judge. I don't know where I'm going with this sentence. Basically, I'm corpsing while I get the dice out of the box so that I can roll some dice. So, last week on episode 1, we generated some characters because that was a lot of fun and we needed some characters, but we also had some very interesting experiences. We have a captain's log. If I read that out, it will explain what's going on so far. So, captain's log. We're in the remote Elikona sector. I cannot keep this up. It's kind of like a pirate. We're in the remote Elikona sector, investigating the disappearance of the USS Al-Kabir. After 3 days in this unpopulated region of space, we found a promising lead. Hours ago, long-range sensors detected a vessel and the presence of subspace interference. The ship is several parsecs outside of Federation territory. The Al-Kabir was on special assignment, testing a new engine system designed to exceed Warp 5 without damaging subspace. I can only surmise that something went terribly wrong with the experiments. So, our wonderful crew of Tabby the cat, who is a cat person, not just a small cat, Ferengel, a Bajoran. Are you an engineer? I can't remember.
Science officer.
Bajoran science officer. For some reason, I thought Tabby's more an engineer. Jennifer Kirk says there appears to be a slightly Scottish pirate in Zoe's story. Well, there might be. I couldn't say anything for sure, but I have been told that I sound more Irish than Scottish.
Well, you kind of took us on a little regional tour of a few things, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I cannot stick to an accent.
We went through Newcastle at some point.
Oh, it's always good to go to Newcastle. It's great. And of course,
why not my Bajoran earring?
You got a Bajoran earring. You can have a Bajoran earring if you want.
Yeah.
And
I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to take it off before transporting over.
No, it's fine. And of course, we also have a Bajoran medical officer, I think. I'm terrible at remembering these things, called Lieutenant Dowd.
Well, nearly right. Betazoid.
Did I say Bajoran?
You did.
Bajoran.
That's okay. And I don't know where I think my character sheet says I'm in the science division, but I prefer to think of myself as an undercover boss.
Ooh.
I'm like the head of Starfleet, and I'm just I want to see how things are going among the troops.
You want to see how things are for the little people.
And then I want to be able to gift someone, something at the end for their story. Do you have Undercover Boss in the UK?
I know of it, but I've never watched it.
Oh, okay, yeah. But anyway, that's just a bunch of bollocks. Don't pay me no heed.
It's okay. We'll cut that bit out.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, it's live.
Yeah, I won't be upset if that finds its way to the cutting room floor.
So last week, Tabby flew a shuttle over to the Alcubierre with all three of you on it because
Only just.
with well, yes, the subspace interference did get in the way a little bit, and you managed to land on the ship. At which point, a message told you to meet someone in what was it, stellar cartography, I believe it was.
Map room or whatever it was. Yes.
Sorry.
I think yes, stellar cartography sounds right. The map room is how I recall it. But,
Yes, I
stellar
think that is
cartography?
right. Where is it? Where's the button? Things. Oh my goodness, it's all gone. I have it written out in front of me. I just can't find it.
No, the message read, "Meet me in stellar cartography."
Cool. So that was good for you. So you opened a door by blasting it with the phasers on your shuttle because you couldn't open the door,
Couldn't get the door open.
which certainly
child-
worked.
The child-proof lock proved to be insurmountable.
At which point you discovered that most of the crew appears to be dead on the ship, including the captain and his first officer, who were dead in the corridor next to the doors, but you hadn't killed them because you investigated this, and it turned out Romulan disruptors had killed them. And then you found the Romulans because they attacked you. So you subdued them all, tied them up, and put them in a turbolift, and then broke the turbolift so that wouldn't work.
Broke 2 turbo lifts, as I recall.
And that.
Yeah, 2 turbo lifts because we couldn't fit all of them in one.
You wouldn't let us stack them.
Well, there's only so much space. So speaking of space, let's bring up the game board. There it is. So
Dropping them up is very non-Starfleet.
So here they are. There's the Romulans in the broken turbolifts, and here's you guys.
Still hiding.
Oh, we had fun. We had fun. So here is the question now. What happens next?
Can we have a snooze?
Tabby would like to snooze.
Yeah, is Tabby going to have another lie down?
It looked like
And
some
there was some investigation of the were they tablet pads or something on the tables?
There were tablets on the tables, and give me one moment. Where is the information? Because it is all here. Right. Where's my information about how long it's been? Okay, so yeah, the tablets do seem to be working, but they haven't been updated for about a week.
Oh.
And it's mainly crew rosters and things like that. So, what would you guys like to do?
What's the last entry in one of those tablets? One of those crew rosters?
That is a good question. If I can just take one moment to bring up a character sheet so I've got an idea of what the rules are. I am still learning the game as much as you guys are. So if I just...
And hopefully the information's not classified.
So if I just bring up, where is the character sheet? I'll just grab a random one that I created for a guy that may or may not be Dr. Gregory House from House MD, just because it was funny. Okay, could I have a control and security role for whoever wants to attempt to access the logs?
Oh, where did I put myself? Here I am. What was it? Control and
security.
That gives me a total of 9. I'm very insecure.
Okay,
I
9.
got 13 on that combination.
Oh.
Okay. So who would like to do this?
Well, if Tabby can be dragged away from their catnap, I volunteer them.
But we don't know what Ferengel's stats are on this one, do we?
Farron, what are your stats?
Control and security.
Control plus security, yeah.
12 in all.
12. That's not too bad. So who wants to do it?
Well, I seem to have a higher number. Would it make more sense for me to do it to maximize the chance of succeeding?
Yes, please, Tabby.
Let me look up the dice, which I suspect is what's coming next from what I recall.
So it'll be the 2d20.
Now, I need to find the right kind of dice. I'm on a different computer than I was last time, so forgive me for a moment.
No problem.
Oh,
You
is
need
it,
to,
is
you
it
need to link-
Starfleet enough to have a
Yeah.
water?
20. So two-sided dice 20, yes? So
No,
we've
no.
got a 9 and a 6.
a 9 and a 6. Well, that is 2 successes. You have managed to use the tablet and access that. So there are 2 logs on that tablet. The rest of it seems to be corrupted, but you have managed to get what appears to be the captain's last 2 logs.
Ooh.
And the first one plays, says lots of static, and then it comes in. The project failed. As soon as we engaged the warp drive, all hell broke loose. Systems are down all over the ship. We're trapped in localized subspace interference fields of our own making. Communications can't penetrate the interference. We're helpless out here on our own until my chief engineer and these theoretical boys from Utopia Polynesia fleet yards can fix the problem. And then it cuts out back to static. Then the
Static,
second-
using
then it-
analog equipment.
Sorry?
Interesting. Static suggests they're using analog rather than digital equipment.
It's a
But there's always
theatrical thing to
static.
say that the rest of the log's not there. Then the
If you
second
remember Star Trek, remember the Wrath of Khan, there was a lot of static.
there was due to subspace interference, and then the second log comes in and it fades in pretty quick. And what we can see is a lot of scorch marks behind the captain, and he looks rather flustered. He says, "We've been boarded by Romulans. There's something strange about their sub-commander. He's different somehow. I don't know. I just can't quite put my finger on it." And then it cuts out. And on the screen, it just comes up, log ends.
Maybe the sub commander is a Borg drone.
So there is your information.
So the sub-commander enjoys an alternative lifestyle.
Are you suggesting it's the sub-commander?
Oh dear.
That's one way of looking at it. I
No,
suppose. That wasn't-
So is it Starfleet enough to have a water phaser to use to wake up Tabby?
A water phaser? I'm sorry, but that is not standard equipment, and the replicators are offline.
No, I bought one across on my ship. From our ship. Yeah, I brought it with me, anticipating the need to wake Tabby from cat naps.
If you wish to bring a water pistol with you, then you can have brought a water pistol with you. I will allow it.
So internal sensors are offline.
Sorry.
Internal sensors are offline.
It appears that-
I'm just wondering if there is a clear path to stellar cartography,
A clear
or
path to
if
stellar
there's a clear path to the bridge. Should we retake the bridge, or should we go to engineering? There's a few plots we could borrow from.
Yes, you could try going to stellar cartography, or you could try to go to the bridge. But what you'll be able to find out straight away is that at the moment it appears that you'll have to use the Jeffries tubes to get there because the doors aren't responding, and neither are the turbo lifts.
Just the doors that the Romulans came at us through.
Yeah,
They worked fine.
yes, they
Fancy.
did. So you could walk from. Oops, what happened there? Well, that's just wonderful. Whatever happened there. So you could walk from where you are now through to over here, because that door there does seem to be working.
What is that space? Like, what is that? I think I remember asking that last week and I forgot the answer.
This space here.
No, the one through the door, the only working door on the ship.
Okay, through this door, this appears to be just another corridor. It branches off a bit. Oh, sorry, no, that's what is that? Oh, that's the sick bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I've just
Well-
realised that's a bio bed for medical experiments. So that's a sick bay.
Can we activate this ship's EMH?
Well, everything appears to be either offline or locked out, but you can certainly try if you want to go in there and try that.
Well, I'm also wondering, so none of those consoles would be of any use to us in terms of trying to figure out where people are, the Romulans in particular.
Well, I'll volunteer to go to sickbay and try to activate the EMH program. See, might be a help.
Okay, you want to go to sick bay and try that? That's fine.
I hope it's not Andy Dick.
No, it'll be Robert Picardo.
Meanwhile, that's a good
Computer
question.
activate EMH program.
The computer does not appear to be responding. You'll have to try accessing the terminals. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Dowd, you have made an interesting point about using the sensors. Sensors are currently not working. They're due to the subspace interference. It's the same reason that your tricorder wasn't scanning people much until you got really close to the door. The subspace interference is penetrating everything. So sensors right now aren't working, and it just doesn't seem to want to be able to penetrate that. Well, not that it doesn't want to, that it can't.
Yeah, okay.
Is the artificial gravity working, or are we floating around everywhere?
The artificial gravity is working.
And I believe life support was fine as well.
Life support and gravity are working. It's almost as if the Romulans didn't want to die.
Selfish, always have been.
How do I use the terminal to activate EMH, please?
Okay. The first thing I'm going to need from you is a control plus security roll in order to try and bypass the lockout.
Right, that's a 12.
Okay. You're going to need 2 successes for that.
Right, which one?
So you need 2 D20s on your total score of control plus security. And you're going to need 2 successes.
11 and 18, 29 in total.
You've got 1 success there. So unfortunately, the security lockout does appear to be unable to be bypassed, or at least you weren't able to that time. So, no, that's what the computer says.
So internal communications are down?
Internal communications don't seem to be working either, although that may well be because of subspace interference, because remember, you guys can't use your communicators either.
Right.
Well, I'll volunteer Tabby to go through the Jeffries tubes.
You guys want to split up. Oof.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Just go to
I'll
the
volunteer my
research
good friend Tabby for the Jeffries tubes.
I was going to ask, can that be done?
You can split up if you want.
Oh. That's always a recipe for disaster in horror movies. I don't know about.
Yes. Well, I don't know which one of us is Shaggy do, but
It's certainly an option. I'm not going to say don't split up, although sending one person off on their own in a ship that you know Romulans have taken over may not be the best move, but I'm not going to say don't do it. It's your choice.
Perhaps slightly passive aggressive.
You're already separated with me going into sick bay.
You're in the
Pardon?
next room.
So do we want to try, like there is somebody wanting us to meet, or wanting anyone to meet them in stellar cartography. Is this a social occasion? Is this strategic?
should we bring cake?
Is it a trap?
Exactly.
Ooh, it's a trap. Hello, Admiral Akbar. I didn't see you there.
It's a trap.
Can we just activate the auto-destruct and leave?
Oh, hang on, some of these crew might
I
still
don't
be
know.
alive.
About Tabby's driving is a bit like that.
And if we leave, we'll probably destruct the ship anyway, because we blew out the door, didn't we? So we'll suck all the air out of the thing.
Discovered, monkey. Can we activate the auto destruct and leave?
If you wish to attempt that, you'll need to do another what was it? Command plus security to try and
Yeah, I'm just asking if we
overwrite.
can.
I'm not going to say you can't.
I'm not sure I'd
But we
advise
might as
that.
well investigate. Otherwise, we won't have a game if we blow up the ship.
Starfleet might not be happy if you just blow the ship, but I'm not going to say you can't.
I'm not sure that I'm entirely in favour of blowing it all up.
And so, do we have any? So, if this is sickbay, can we flood the decks with anesthetine gas or anything like that? Knock out the Romulans, and then we can. I'm wearing a suit, a space suit. Don't forget. So,
Well,
I'm
they-
Okay.
I don't.
Well,
I don't know
we
about
have to
those.
send
I don't know
someone
about
to
them.
environmental controls.
Hmm?
We have to send someone to environmental controls.
It is possible to attempt to flood the systems, but Ferrin is actually correct. You will need to go to environmental control to bypass some of the safeties.
But you're
it
not the
would-
only one who's seen message in a bottle.
but it would technically be possible.
I didn't claim to be.
Well, I volunteer Tabby to do that. Because I'll get claustrophobia in those Jeffries tubes.
Is claustrophobia on your character sheet?
Yes.
Clever.
It is. Just don't look for a second.
A talent.
Don't look while I'm writing it.
If we can get to the environmental control section, couldn't we just get straight to stellar cartography? And if we're going through these Jeffries tubes, couldn't we just peep in and see whether there's anybody friendly looking there or not, and retreat if not?
Yes.
Well, let's do that then, shall we?
Okay. So you going to stellar cartography, or are you going to environmental control?
I would suggest stellar cartography through these Jeffries tubes, which will allow us hopefully to peep to see whether there's anybody friendly or less friendly there, and decide whether actually to go in.
Cool.
Well, while these two do that, I'm going to try and get the EMH going.
Okay.
They might have some information for us.
Okay. Well, I'll deal with stellar cartography first because I've got a bit of information to read there, and then we'll come back for another attempt at the controls. So, as you're approaching stellar cartography, we see I have this to read out. The door to stellar cartography is half open. Inside, a young Starfleet engineer sits at the controls. A star chart of known space flickers on the large spherical screen, but soon the screen fills with static and then goes dark. Ah, almost had it that time, the engineer says to himself. And then he notices you and exclaims, "Hey, you made it! Oh, I'm glad to see you." What now?
I want to ask, where are those accents from?
I grew up on the moon. Is that really the first thing you want to ask me? I'm from Lunar Colony 5.
Really?
Didn't
Yes.
Peter Weller destroy that one in Enterprise?
I can't remember. I just made that bit up. It's not on the character sheet.
Okay. I think I know someone. I know person Deborah from there. Do you know her?
Where's the North Kilt Town skit in The Simpsons?
It's not. Do I know everyone from Lunar Colony? No, it's a big place, but I'm sorry. I don't know Deborah by first name only.
And
Is this
also-
really what you want to be asking me? The entire ship's been overrun by Romulans.
Yeah.
How did the Romulans not get you?
I hid in the Jeffries tubes, and because of the static because of the subspace interference, the tricorders that they've been using to scan the ship and try and find crew members haven't been working all that well. So I've been able to avoid them so far, and I'm assuming you've been doing the same thing.
Do you know of any other survivors? Any Federation or Starfleet crew? Have you been able to make contact with anyone but us?
I haven't. The last person I saw was the captain, who was going to deal with trying to rescue the first officer, but I haven't heard from them for the last couple of hours, I would expect.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got some bad news there. But before we get into that,
Sorry, what's happened?
well, we have yet to encounter a living. We've encountered Romulan soldiers, but any Starfleet we've come across thus far have been died as a result of disruptor fire. So sorry to tell you.
Oh my goodness.
But they seemed like really nice people, and they didn't seem to suffer at all.
Oh, oh, this seems even worse than I thought. Oh,
You may well be the sole survivor of your ship, son.
oh my goodness. Right.
So
This
what
may
have you...
no,
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
this
Yeah,
may
yeah.
complicate things because I was hoping there'd be more than two of you.
Funny you should mention that. There's exactly one more of us. He's buggered off. Where'd he
Oh,
go?
fantastic.
Right. Oh, he's trying to revive. He's trying to bring the EMH your EMH online.
That might be useful. Any extra bodies we can get, photonic or otherwise, may help. Have you been able to contact your ship? I assume you've come by ship.
No, we swam.
No, we spacewalked from the Bajoran wormhole.
You swam. Okay,
Of course, we came in a bloody ship.
You'll have to pardon my colleague's sense of humor. We transporters are offline. We were obliged to bring a shuttle over here manually.
Right. Okay, we have some issues then, don't we?
Yeah.
Well,
Things are
fortunately,
slightly grim.
Lieutenant, is it? We have got some. We have got one good thing on our side. The Romulans, I'm pretty sure I overheard a conversation. Their ship got called away. I've been trying to find the source of the signal because I think it's going to be useful. At least it'll give us some information on what's going on and why they're still here, but their ship isn't. So, if you could help me with that, that may shed some light on what's going on.
Have you any idea how many Romulans that there are on board this ship?
It can't be more than 8, maybe 10.
Well, we have tied up 6 of them.
That is a big help. That is a big help. Thank you so much.
So there are 2 to 4 left that are still going, so far as we know.
Well, that evens the odds. If you say you've got 3 people, that does even the odds.
Do you have any kind of weapon with you that you could use against Romulans should they attack?
I have my phaser.
That's a good start.
Yes. Okay. Meanwhile, back in the medical bay, could we have another attempt at bypassing the controls, please? That would be control plus security.
Yeah, that's still 12.
Yes. And again, you need 2 successes.
But I've got 18 and 13 this time.
Okay. That's
31.
Yeah, that's not going to work. And it looks as if you've got a warning flashing on the screen now.
I thought those 2 would be successes.
No, there has to be under the number. You have 12. You rolled an 18. Yeah. You've got a warning flashing on the screen. It appears someone is attempting to trace where you are and what you're trying to do.
They flash a warning on the screen for that. Who wrote that code?
Yeah, it's just dramatic. It's dramatic.
You
I
have
just
to
go-
defend disbelief from time to time.
We've got to keep the tension up. So, Farron, what do you do?
Try and do a trace on the trace.
Okay, I'll go with not needing to roll for that one. The
Pardon?
trace. I'll go with not needing to roll that one for the sake of keeping things moving along. It appears that the trace is coming from engineering.
So that could be a friendly or a foe. We don't know.
So, what do you do, Farron?
Well, I joined the cat in stellar cartography,
Okay,
and then I'll get Lieutenant Dowd and the other bloke in stellar or woman in stellar cartography to throw Tabby in the Jeffries tube to go to engineering.
so you rush into engineering. Meanwhile, not engineering, to stellar cartography. Meanwhile,
That was
Dowd,
already there.
Dowd, Tabby, and the
Do you have a name for this guy?
the little ensign, who is called Ensign LaSalle, they're still working on what to do next. LaSalle says there's a mysterious signal that got detected that has caused the Romulan ship Decius to leave.
The
Right.
Romulan ship is called Odysseus.
It's called Decius. Decius.
Okay.
Decius. So that's they got a signal. It was mysterious. The Romulan ship has left, and LaSalle suggests that maybe providing a clue as to what's going on here if we try and work out where that's gone. But it's up to you guys. What do you do?
To work out who recalled the warbird?
Yeah, if you want to try and trace the source of the signal, if you want to try that, or you could do something else. Of course, the options are open.
And has Ferngully Ferngel has he joined us? Does he get a vote?
I'll say he has joined you when he arrives back.
Okay.
He's still crawling through the tubes until he's.
Well, then while we're waiting for him, why don't we indulge the ensign in his Ensign LaSalle, which is French for ensign room. You know, let's see if we can assist him in his trying to track this signal to find out
Okay.
who recalled the ship. Does that sound okay with you, Tabs?
Yes, as long as I can get a snooze at some point.
So, I'm going to need a control plus engineering task with this. However, LaSalle will be helping you. So whoever wants to do this will have a bit of assistance, and it requires a difficulty of 3. So I'm going to need 3 successes.
Well, control and engineering, that's me at 9 again. I don't even know how I made it through school. Like,
I've got 11 on that combination,
Okay,
so perhaps I better try.
give it a try.
yeah, have a go.
So another 2d20, is it?
Another 2 d20s. Yeah.
11 and 19.
So you got 1 success, and my guy has got 1 success. So unfortunately, that hasn't worked this time, but you could try again.
Should we give it one more go?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. And if if Lieutenant Dowd wants to assist, so 3 people are doing it, then
Sure.
you could roll 1 d20.
Okay, so 21 dice. Okay, well done.
I've got 1 and 10.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's all right then.
Yes. Under
Well,
the 2d20 rules, a 1 counts as 2 successes. So you've
Oh,
got the 3 successes needed. Plus the
Right.
one that the success I've rolled gives you an extra one. Oh my goodness, are you okay?
No, I just I barked my shin on the table.
Oh, that's never good.
Not very nice.
No, it's all right.
Uh,
Yeah,
Lieutenant
it's
Dowd,
debilitating, but I can take it.
good man. We'll get you to sick bay as soon as we can. Did you roll to assist?
Yeah, but it didn't. I did 1d20 and I got 14, and I'm a 9. So
Fair enough.
But-
Well, with the assistance that we've got there, that adds an extra 1 to your momentum pool.
lovely.
So that's good news. So we have managed to successfully do what was it? Bypass the. You've managed to bypass the security lockout. That's great. But Ensign LaSalle says we're going to need to reroute power as well in order to try and get the systems in cell cartography online and check the sensors, or at
right,
least the sensor buffer. So
they
we're going to
keep
need
popping
a
up.
reason plus engineering task from someone.
Well, I'll do that one.
Yes, you.
What do I need?
Reason plus engineering.
That's going to be a 9.
Okay,
I've got 13 for that.
cool. Well, let Farron try first because he did
Yeah, by all
ask
means.
first.
2d20.
Yep, it's a difficulty of 3, so we're going to need 3 successes.
Okay. What, I've got a 4 and a 10.
So you got 1 success, and I got 1 with the assistance for LaSalle. So I rolled 1, so that's your 3 successes. So you managed to reroute the power, and the systems in stellar cartography come to life. Ensign LaSalle eagerly inputs the coordinates. The location lights up on the star chart. Oh, he says, that's unexpected. And he points at the screen. The signal appears to be coming from a Klingon space station, the station Kortar. That's on the edge of the Klingon Empire, near unexplored space. How strange.
It's not unexplored by the Klingons.
Well, it's on the edge of Klingon space, and it's unexplored by the Federation. So,
What were you expecting? That was unexpected.
Well, I was expecting them to have got a signal from somewhere in Romulan command. But the Klingons, that's
they're not even mates.
Yeah, the Klingons are our allies. Dum 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 dum.
You kind of got that Yoda like,
And I don't think Emperor Martok would be in league with the Romulans.
No. No, the Chancellor wouldn't. He doesn't trust Romulans, last I heard. Although I have to admit I don't know him personally. So, guys, what do you want to do?
Is it time for a snooze?
my goodness, where's the catnip? Well, if the odds are in our favor, can we try to dispatch the other? Can we go, like, what would be the most use to us? Engineering or the bridge or where we are? Could we, like, maybe would it be in our interest to retake the ship? If there's only
Engineering
like
to find out who's trying to trace my attempts to reactivate the EMH.
I mean, does the ship have a brig? Could we put the Romulans from the lift in the brig so they don't untie each other and come back to attack us when they've come around?
We do have a brig, yes, but I would expect that it's probably locked down the same way the rest of the ship has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means we have to drag these blokes through the air ducts, or the, what do you call it, the Jeffries tubes.
That sounds
Well,
taxing.
I think we ought. Well, I think we ought to stun the officer instead of cartography because I think they're a spy and trying to lure us down the wrong path by making us think the Klingons are involved.
Well, he was sort of sitting there with his back to an open door. Even Mafia know not to do that.
How do we know? How do we know the stellar cartography bloke isn't the Romulan sub-commander surgically altered to look human?
Can Dowd use his telepathy to verify the veracity of this Ensign LaSalle, if that is his real name?
Yes, yes. I'm just wondering what that would be. Would that come under insight or reason?
I'm guessing insight.
Yeah, okay. Could I have an insight plus medicine check with a difficulty of 1, so you only need 1 success?
Sorry, medicine and
Insight.
insight. Where is that? Insight is 10, and medicine is 4, so 14. And what? And is it 2d20 or what's the
2d20, yeah.
Okay, so I have to how many? 2d20 and roll. 6 and 6.
So that's 2 successes. So you could either bank your second success as momentum or use it to ask a second question. But what were you scanning him for?
To see if he was who he says he was, and that he was relaying, that he was telling the truth.
He is telling the truth, and he is who he says he was.
Oh, okay. that was a rather pregnant pause. I was reaching for my phaser.
I was trying to build the tension.
Well, you did. You did. Okay, so we can trust this bloke.
Yeah, but I still need to ask you one thing. Are you banking the momentum, or are you going to ask a second question?
Unless the others have an idea of what I could ask, then I would say, save it for a rainy day.
I don't have a useful idea, and I suspect we're going to see some rainy days very soon.
Fair enough. Then I'll bank
We'll ask you where the catnip is.
It's in the replicators.
Sorry, ask him what? I missed that.
But the replicators aren't working.
James MC appreciates what we're doing.
And we need to get Tabby into the Jeffries tubes.
I love James MC.
You're obsessed with stuffing Tabby in the Jeffries tube.
Well, if he's free, he can make his way through them quickly.
Oh dear. So
can we scan the Jeffries tubes for the last 2 remaining Romulans?
Or could my character, try to figure out how many are left and where they might be?
Yeah, you can try.
I mean, I'm basically using myself as a tricorder at this point, but since the real tricorders are kind of, a bit
not working, yeah,
a bit wank. So, shall we give it a go? So, what are my role, or what do I need to? It's insight and something else, wasn't it? Oh, is it insight and is it the same thing?
Yeah, insight and medicine again.
Oh, okay, so that's 14.
But given the size of the ship, I'm going to say this is a difficulty 2 task.
So 2d20?
2d20, but you're going to need 2 successes.
Oh, bollocks. 8 and 19, so that's just the one.
Just the one.
Well, we've
got a success banked.
There are Romulans.
Yeah. I feel like Deanna when she just states obvious things.
There are Romulans. You just can't quite tell how many there are.
Okay. So there are definitely Romulans still aboard.
But aren't you a full blood Beta Z, unlike Deanna?
Pardon?
But aren't you a pure blood Beta Z instead of half blood like Deanna?
That's true. Yes.
So the question now is, what would you like to do?
Well, I think we need to set up a command base, and I don't think Stella Cartography. I mean, it's got pretty pictures and stuff, but wouldn't we want a tactical advantage such as main engineering or the bridge, which is probably where they are as well, because when he was being when Farron Gell was being tracked, that was coming from engineering, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Do you
Or maybe
better
it's a red
storm
herring.
engineering? Or is there a
Sorry?
place where we can get better weapons and then storm engineering? Because there aren't many of them to be guarding weapons stash, wherever that may be. Is there an armory? Did we mention that last week?
There is an armory, yes. You could go to the armory.
Shall we do that, perhaps? And then we can storm engineering.
I'm down with that.
Well, I'm going to the bridge.
You don't want to go to the armory?
So I'm going to the bridge.
Okay, that's fine. So, James MC suggests go to the transporter room.
To where the transporters don't work. That's what I thought. I thought they didn't work.
Unfortunately, the transporters are offline.
They're busted. And with an engineering score of 1, I don't think I'm going to be able to boost them.
The space fax machine doesn't work.
Yeah. But if you
Okay.
want someone to clean out a clogged chicken soup nozzle, we're your lads.
Ah,
Yeah.
you've been on Red Dwarf.
Oh, I was raised on Red Dwarf.
Love it. It's great.
Are you saying I've got a big bum? Big? It's like 2 badly parked Volkswagens. That's the
I
best.
love it.
It's got to be one of the best lines in television ever.
It's great. So,
I mean, talking toaster. I recall a talking toaster.
you're splitting up again. Farron wants to go and check the bridge.
Risky business. Oh, did we cure him? Like, did we repair him? He was shot. Did you like put a band-aid on or something when you were in the sick bay?
No.
Oh.
Here's a fun
tough
rule
it
for
out.
you. Here's a fun rule for you. If you're only mildly injured, you get your health points back at the end of a scene. It's basically replicating the show. It's great.
And
So
also,
unless it's like a dramatic injury that will affect the rest of the game, you just heal.
So
also some like modern action games.
are the transporters down because of the interference? So even if they were working, they wouldn't be reliable?
Yeah.
Okay, so using going back to the shuttles and using theirs, which is a really good idea, and one that actually Ensign Rowe had. May she, but
May she
Don't say
spoiler,
a
spoiler.
word. I haven't seen it.
May she spoilers in spoilers, of course, and some spoilers.
Well, I
Smurf-tastic.
managed to avoid those spoilers.
Oh man, guys, I saw Picard today, and
And if either of you attempted, I'll use a phaser on kill.
every single major part of today's episode that I saw, which only came out this morning in the UK, was spoiled for me last night. Couldn't believe it.
That seems inefficient.
Yeah. It's a big issue at the moment with online fandom. People are so desperate for likes and clicks and things like that they're just not thinking about spoilers. It's upsetting, but what can you do? Anyway, so
Yeah.
you're going to split up again. I will deal with the armory first. Actually, should I deal with? Yes, we'll deal with the armory first, and we'll use the map again that we've got already here. So I'm going to move Farron off there for the moment because that won't be needed because he's going to actually. I'm going to move.
So was
Farron.
there not a stellar cartography set?
Funny enough, no.
Oh,
I'm going to move him up to here and put him near the bridge so that I can use that map. So you're going through the Jeffries tubes, and we'll set as if you've come out of the Jeffries tubes here. So far, you haven't encountered any Romulans on the way. So you're in the Jeffries tube, but
that looks suspiciously like turbo lifts, but never mind.
yes, I'm using it. I'm using the map as best I can. We'll say
Right.
this room here where Dowd is at the moment, that's the armory, but you're in the Jeffries tubes. So those Romulans aren't there. They're in the turbo lift somewhere else. So I'll just move them off. As you climb through the Jeffries tubes to get to the armory, you can hear two Romulans talking in the corridor just outside the armory.
Can you understand what they're saying?
Sorry?
Do we have a Babelfish in the area? Can we understand what they're saying?
The Universal Translator is suggesting that they're mostly complaining that they're guarding an area that no one has been to, as if they're already aware that the crew are dead, and they think this is just a waste of their time.
So we can, by that, we can infer that they are not fully aware of our presence,
It does appear
even
so.
though we blew down the doors and okay. So then they may not be able to speak to each other very much either,
Quite possibly.
just as we
Can
are.
we take them by surprise? There are
Yeah.
four of us.
So we like come up behind them, tap them on the shoulder, and then when they turn around, just give them a one. Well, I guess we've got yeah. Give them a little bit of this.
I mean, can we not poke through the holes and phase them with our stun guns?
There are
Yeah,
no
hold
holes
on.
in the Jeffries tube covering. You would have to remove the plate in order to access the corridor.
So could we kick the grate, hang upside down, and shoot them from the hip?
Do we have
Okay.
to hang
Well, maybe I can't do it, but certainly Kathmandu over here should be able to. No trouble.
Kathmandu.
them?
Cat can do.
The thing
Kathmandu
about
can
cats
do.
is the cats are stealthy, and kicking down things is not the way to go. If we very, very
Well-
carefully open
well,
a
I'll
tiny
kick
crack,
I'll bust open the grate. You just have to, with your feline agility
Right,
and
it's a
nimbility-
grate. Yes, if there's a grate, there are holes. It's not solid, and so can we not point our phasers between the grills and the grate? I don't know how big these grills are and how big the phasers are.
I'm afraid we might run into my good Irish friend Rick O'Shea.
Let me just find the rules for combat again, because I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I'm just vamping while you look up your.
Well, actually depends, doesn't it, on the spacings between the bars and the grate and the size of whatever signal this phaser thing gives out.
Well, this is the tip. You want just the tip. I don't know what the grate holes are like.
No, but that's what we're trying to find out, I think.
Right. There are, like I said, there are no gratings in the Jeffries tube walls or in the covering that opens out into the corridor. It's basically it's a bulkhead. So
Then we open it a very small amount, poke
Okay.
the phasers through, and fire
it must be very thin.
Close it again.
okay, to do that, give me 1 second. I'm going to say you're going to need daring plus security.
Oh dear. Where's my daring? 7, and security is 1, 8. Oh heavens.
I've got 8 and 4, which is mediocre, but probably better than the other one.
Okay.
Well, maybe that ought to be you then, because I might as well just paint a target on me at this point.
Well, why don't you paint a target on yourself, and I'll see if I can shoot these Romulans.
I need a pot of paint.
Well, I've got some paint just here.
Okay. Daring plus security roll with a difficulty of 2. So you're going to need 2 successes. You can, of course, I forgot to remind you all, you can use momentum to buy success.
How much momentum do we have?
You have 4 momentum.
And can we choose whether to use momentum after the dice throw, or do we have to choose beforehand?
You've got to use it beforehand.
And how many memento does it take to achieve a success? Is it 2 if we have a difficulty of 2, or is it just the 1?
You can buy 1 dice with a success with a point of with 1 momentum, or 2 dice for 3 momentum, because it's 1 for your first one, then 2 for your second.
These rules are quite complex, aren't they? So let me just try to remind myself what are the stats. So the stats are 8 and 4, so that's a total of 12. So that's a 12 in 20 chance of succeeding. The right one has to succeed twice, doesn't one? So it's not so good. I would opt to use the 1 momentum.
Okay. So now you only need a 1 success now.
Okay, well, I'm going to roll. And I've got to 13 and 14.
Unfortunately, the Romulans do see you and they ready their weapons. But because you went first, you get to act first in the combat.
Well, I think I'd probably better fire at them, hadn't I?
Okay, in that case, we're going to need a control plus security.
Control 9, security 4, so that's 13.
Excellent.
And you want me to roll, yes?
Yes, please. 2d20.
12 and 7.
You've hit. So, what's the stats for phases again? I should know this stuff, but I don't. I'm not quite up on the stuff as much as I would like to be. Where's my stats for phases? I know they're here. Oh my goodness, where's it gone? Sorry about this. We're all learning.
It's such a state.
We're all learning as we go on.
You're the hardest person on yourself.
Always, yes.
The perfectionist towards the very good people, you see.
Well, as someone who works in psychotherapy, I've got a really good strategy for that. Stop it.
Oh. Okay, where are we looking? Okay, here we are. So, a phaser, which is a type 2 phaser, I need you to roll 4d6.
Heavens. That's a lot of
Okay, so 4 dice, 6-sided.
Yep.
Oh, of course, it's extra roll. So, do you want the numbers for each one or just the total?
The numbers for each one, please.
4, 3, 5, 3.
Okay, you've hit him once. But, yeah, you hit it once, but you get an effect, which, given what it is, what would your options be? Where are your options for the effects? Give me 1 second to find the effect table, because it could be something useful, like a bit harder. What is it? Okay. Yep, your options are you can either re-roll your damage, or you can get one bonus damage. So you can either get 2 points of damage or re-roll all 4 dice and see what you get.
I'm going to opt for the bonus.
Okay, so you've hit
Like
him.
French Revolution game, I think. Okay.
He's taken 2 damage, but he's still upright.
That's not the attitude I was hoping for.
Yeah, I've been kind of working on the rules and making sure I know what they are. Last week when I said that you stunned everyone just by hitting them, technically you were supposed to get 5 damage in total before they go down. So,
I see.
whoops. So he's taken 2 points, which is good. But now the Romulans' turn is up, and they are going to roll for you, because they're going to try and shoot you guys as well. Let me just work out what that is. Control plus security. What are their stats? Right, here we are. he has not great stats, but he has hit you. I'm sorry to say he has hit. So let's see what we've got here for his dice.
Maybe it
And
was just the tail, nothing really, you know.
he's managed to hit twice. So you
Oh,
take
gee.
2 damage.
And how significant is 2 damage? Is that singed my fur, or am I one of those microphone covers?
You've cinched your fur. Basically, you know where it says stress on your character sheet?
Yes.
And it's got like a bunch of ticks.
Yes.
2 of them have gone. If it gets
So
down to zero, then you're out for the scene. I would need medical attention. But at the moment, you're slightly singed. Basically, he's like cinch your uniform a bit. You'll be all right.
So down to 7 lives. Is that?
I like it. Captain, sorry, not Captain. Lieutenant, I keep forgetting that you're not Captain yet. Lieutenant Dowd.
This is one of my early adventures.
Lieutenant Dowd, could you
Yeah.
please tell me what you're going to do? Because players now move to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like where my higher scores are. So reason, presence, insight, science, command, medicine. Those would. I'm trying to think of courses of action I could take. I also apparently my character also did Vulcan stuff. Could I do a Vulcan neck pinch?
If you want to try
If
and
I-
move out
I
of
drop-
cover,
If I drop down behind him and use a Vulcan neck pinch.
okay. You want to try and move? That's fine.
I just don't, I just don't know how to draw on my higher scores, because that would be kind of medicine. Would it be daring and medicine? I don't know. How I don't know enough about this. Like this is my first time ever doing such a thing. So
Yeah.
other ways that I could do a Loaxana Troy and scream at him mentally in his mind and short circuit him that way, the way she did on Battle for Beta Z. But I may not be up to it. I don't know.
Well,
So is there a way? Sorry, just to wrap up. I just want to wrap up my TED talk by asking, is there a way one can do that? Like try to work to their strengths more, because my security and other stuff like that, they're ones.
yeah, that's perfectly fine. Unfortunately, a melee attack to get close, it would be essentially a grapple attack to get close enough to get the pinch in, would be daring plus security.
Oh, tits. I mean, oh, darn. Hold on, let me
it's a great idea.
Daring is 7 and security is 1. So that's
so it would be tough, but
well, no, it would be ridiculous. What about using some sort of mental thing like blocking his perception of me and then firing at him? Like, you can't see me because I'm mentally willing you not to. Sorry, these are kind of silly things, but I'm just trying to work to my strengths. And sadly,
you can mentally will him not to. You can mentally will him to do things. You can mentally will him just to be on our side. Much easier than actually trying to attack him.
I'm not sure Beta Z telepathy works kind of the way of dominating people like
coercive.
that.
Yeah, no, I don't think it does either.
But given that full Beta Z, and in fact, Deanna Troy, even in the first episode, does talk to Will Riker via her mind, you could perhaps distract them.
Well, yeah. Okay, it's funny because my friend Waldo and I were just talking about that. She could only do that because they'd been sexual together. So unless I'm the galaxy bicycle, I don't know. But although my character, I believe, is fully Betazoid, and Deanna was partially.
You're fully Betazoid, and they're Romulans, which are slightly telepathic. So
And
I
they're
would say it
more
would work.
telepathic too. So yeah, okay. Why don't I try to distract them with Jedi mind trick, and then maybe Tabby can regain consciousness or wake up from whatever nap they're enjoying, and then maybe they could shoot them again, or I could shoot. But I mean, I brought the phaser.
This would be a full turn to do this, but I'll say that they'll be distracted long enough to give you a chance on the next round. And Patrick,
Okay.
I'll come to your section.
Yeah, sorry to pull focus. I'm just not sure about this game.
I just want to make sure that Patrick knows that I haven't forgotten him. I'm going to say you would need 2 successes, presence plus medicine.
Presence plus medicine. Okay, that might be something I can. Presence is 10, and medicine is 4, so that's 14.
Cool.
Which is, one of my better ones. Yeah, I really don't know how I made it through school with these scores, but anyway. And what am I rolling? 2d20.
2d20.
Okay, and that came out 6 and 1.
So you've got 3 successes.
Wow, is that
they
good?
They are temporarily distracted. So for the next round, I'm going to say that it's much easier to hit them.
Okay.
However, you have that 1 extra momentum. So what would you like to do? Would you like to bank it, or would you like to try and wangle something else?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by wangle something else.
Trying to keep it. You could try to get a quick shot off. It would be higher difficulty, but you could try it.
Or could I do the Vulcan neck pinch now that they're distracted? Because I did study there. Apparently, it says so in my thing. Maybe I learned it.
Okay.
I'm not distracted because I can see a real cat on the screen.
Hello, Amelia. Hello.
Look what I found in the Jeffries tube.
Oh, she's lovely. Okay, so while they're distracted, Lieutenant Dow, I'm going to suggest you move to the closest one. Yeah. And attempt the Vulcan nerve pinch.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to say you need difficulty of 1 if you can do a daring plus security, just as a melee attack.
Oh, daring plus security. That's only 8, but that's okay. Well, I'd like to diversify. So what am I rolling?
2d20.
Okay, 2d20. 14 and 1.
You've done it. You've done it.
All right.
There you go. So that Romulan is down.
Look at me pinching.
They see me rolling. They fainting. Okay. Play now moves over to the Romulans, but the Romulans are distracted. So Play moves back to Tabby.
I think I probably tried to shoot them again, haven't I?
Okay. If you're shooting again, it's control plus security. Since they're distracted, I'm going to say it's a difficulty of 1.
Okay, 2d20 again is?
Yep.
May your aim be true.
18 and 9.
So you've got a difficulty of 1, you've hit. Could you roll your 4d6, please?
4d6. And that gives me 5, 3, 5, 1.
Okay, that's 5. You get, 3 standard plus 2 effects. So, what are the effects again? You have more options since you've got 2 effects. You could go for bonus damage on both, and that will give you the 5 to knock him out. Or you could hit a secondary target. So stun the other guy who's already down.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just knock them both out.
He's taking the nap you've always wanted.
Let's knock out the Romulans first. I think cats can't nap if they're under threat.
Fair enough. So you're going to go for the bonus damage to knock this guy out?
Yes, let's do that.
Cool. The Romulan is down. So you're both now able to exit the Jeffries tube and go to the armory.
Well, can we can we trust them or something?
Yeah, I'll let you
Before
do.
we
I'll let you do that as a free action while play moves back over to the bridge.
go?
Now the
Tyler
bridge.
putting his Simon saying, I'm a numpty.
So I'm going to bring in this guy here because he's the Ensign LaSalle who was with Ferrin. So let me just find the information about going to the bridge. Okay, so with the turbo lifts offline, the only way to get to the bridge is via the captain's ready room. The captain's ready room is small and cramped, but the antique nautical instruments throughout it give a sense of stateliness. A sextant and brass compass rest on a pedestal near the window. A large wooden brass barometer hangs on the wall, and a celestial navigation globe sits on the desk. So, you are both in the ready room. What do you do?
Go out onto the bridge.
Okay, exit onto the bridge. Let's move
Those
here.
are delight.
I don't know why I'm making the noises. What on earth are they? Oh, they're nautical stuff. Yeah,
Nautical compass thing in
Cool.
here and a sextant thing here.
that is sweet.
When I moved into a community called Lighthouse Point, all my gifts turned into these kinds of things, which you can't tell maybe by the camera, but they're dusty as everything.
I am forever grateful that the camera does not pick up dust that well. Trying to dust all these is hard.
I can imagine.
I recommend a fluffy duster.
So you step out onto the bridge. You had, in order to get through the doors, you've had to crank the door open with an emergency hand actuator, which is, of course, secured in the wall panel next to the door. The bridge is empty. The view screen is offline. It's just covered in static. Ops, con, science, and tactical stations are all offline. Whoever's accessed all these systems here has rerouted them, and the Romulans have locked out all of the controls. So, what do you do?
Try to unlock the science station.
Sorry?
Try to unlock the science station.
Try to unlock the science station. Okay. Back up here. I'm going to roll for an assist from Ensign LaSalle. So, let's go for this. What do we need again for this? There is a... Where's my bloody things? Okay, in order to do that, we're going to need a control plus engineering from you, please.
That's going to be a 12.
12. That's pretty good.
The eyes. Just a sec.
Take all the time you need, and don't worry about it.
I've got a 10 and a 3.
And what was your hang on, what was it? What was your engineering score?
1.
Fair enough. So you've got
Control and engineering equals 12.
so 10 and a 3. You've got 2 successes, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting confused. And the extra 1 plus from Ensign LaSalle means that you have successfully managed to bypass the lockout. The science station is unlocked, but now you need to try and reroute some power because all of the controls are still in engineering. So I need you to try a reason plus engineering.
Reason stuff. That's a 9 in all.
Okay, on 2d20 again.
Got a 17 and a 4.
Okay, with the 1 success that I've got here, it's not quite enough. Do you want to try that again?
Yep.
Remember, you can buy a success with the momentum if you need to, but you got to do that before you roll.
But I've got a 6 and a 10.
And a success here as well. Right, you have successfully rerouted power, so this bridge science station flickers back to life. What would you like to do?
Can we shut down life support to engineering? Because we've got Romulans there.
That is going to be a difficult task. I think it's going to need 3 successes, plus whatever Ensign LaSalle can do. But you can attempt it from this terminal, yes.
Well, we'll try that.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay,
need...
And can I use this? Any successes from the momentum?
if you want to buy a success, that's fine, yeah.
Yep, I'll buy one, please.
Okay, so you're going to need 2 successes. And
Yep.
it's going to be control plus engineering.
So that's going to be another 12. So I need 2.
Yeah.
Well, 3 and 9.
There you go. Okay. Life support in engineering has been terminated. It is no longer online. Well done.
It was nice to work with you while you had the chance.
So there we go. So
What
life
are you
support-
two idiots still have your environmental suits on?
that is true. You guys are all right. Ensign LaSalle can't go to engineering without getting a suit, but you guys are okay.
How is
Did we all
how
put
is
it
being
on?
isolated from
I
everywhere
thought I
else?
was the only one that put it on.
Sorry?
You two idiots taking off your suits.
No, I thought I was the only one that had one on. Or did we all put one on?
You all put one on. I remember
Oh,
you
good.
wanted to try and double bag.
Yeah. That's true. Well,
So-
safety first.
So, with life support offline in engineering, and I'm going to move playback over to the armory. What do you guys want to do over there?
We want to load up.
Okay,
Before
so
we load up, then we better think about what we can load up with. What do they have?
I think we should have flashbangs and phaser rifles and
Laser compression rifles.
okay, so the standard Starfleet loadout in the armory is they have flashbang grenades, they have phaser rifles, they have extra hand phasers if you'd like.
What about tricobalt explosives?
in the armory. Heavens.
They don't have any tricobalt explosives in the army. I'm sorry.
I take it that's not standard issue then.
You
I'll
might
take it.
find-
That was the whole thing behind the Voyager conspiracy.
That's my favourite episode of Voyager.
It's a very good episode.
I'll take one of those phaser rifles and some of those flashbangs.
Okay,
If they have some catnip, but I'm not sure whether there's any.
there is no catnip in the armory.
So are there any phaser power cells?
There will be phaser power cells, yes.
Let's have some of those as well.
Like a kitty in a candy shop.
I could just see Tabby now. He's loaded up like Rocket Raccoon from from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Can barely walk. So
I'll
weighed
bring little
down.
hats.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with I've already got a phaser. I'll take power cells, a compression rifle, power cells, and flashbangs.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you gentlemen have tooled up, what are all 3 of you going to do next?
Should we take the bridge? Do you reckon?
We've already taken the bridge.
Oh, is that where you are? Oh, sorry, engineering.
Yeah,
Then, the other.
they can't communicate, can they? Isn't the plan to join Ferengel and LaSalle on the bridge and see where things go?
Okay.
Well, because how many of these bloody Romulans could be left? 2? He thought 10 or something. There's 6 in the ante room of the sick bay. 2 more in the corridor outside the armory. So that's 6, 7, 8. So there can't be that many left, unless they're cloning.
He said between 10 and 12. Yeah. So
Oh, bugger. Okay, so potentially 4 more.
yeah.
Okay,
Is it
Tabby,
8 to 10?
what's your
Oh
suggestion?
no, he did say 8 to 10, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seeing how the narrative shifts to on a whim.
No, I just got my numbers wrong. Sorry.
Same thing.
I thought
Well, we
I'm
weren't
the
prepared
one
to
with
get
2
to
numbers.
by surprise. And my fur's already singed, so we better be very careful.
I do have to ask one thing. Are you taking an extra rifle for Ferren?
Well, that's a good idea. Yes, why not?
I suppose that's only neighbourly.
Okay, so
And what about the ensign? Shouldn't we have one for Ensign LaSalle as well? Shouldn't we each take 2?
Yeah.
probably a good idea, yeah. Okay, so what next?
1 in hand and another across our backs.
Well, had we better go to the bridge and find LaSalle and the Ferrin girl?
Fair
Yes.
enough. I'm going to say you managed to get to the bridge unopposed. You've had to come in via the captain's ready room, the same way that Ferren did. But you all managed to meet up on the bridge.
Yeah, but as they come through the ready room, I should first ask questions later.
Oh my god, you're just going to try and shoot at people.
With friends
Okay.
like you, who needs enemies?
Okay, Ferren, I will need a... Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would just look down to see what control plus security on 2d20.
12 plus security. That's a 12.
Okay.
8 and 4.
So you've managed to successfully hit. Who we'll work out who came through the door first in a moment. But could I have 4d6, please?
4d6.
Yeah.
Wait, is he shooting at us?
Yes.
1, 1, 5, and 3.
Oh my goodness! You've got 3 hits with an effect. Your potential effects are bonus damage, or to re-roll and see if you get better results.
Well, I'll take the damage.
Fair enough.
And I'll probably stun them.
You've got 4. You've managed to do 4 hits, 4 points of damage. Lieutenant Dowd and Tabby, who came through the door first?
If I get stunned, does that mean that I get my snooze?
Technically, you would get a snooze.
Well, perhaps I should have come through the door first in that case.
Okay. Tabby, you've just been shot. And it has stunned you. So Tabby goes down. Play moves over to Lieutenant Dowd. What do you do next?
What rank is he? Is Aaron?
Lieutenant Commander.
Oh, so he's the
No,
superior.
let me check my stats. Yeah, Lieutenant Commander.
That's what mine won as well, but I wanted to be narratively appropriate and have this be one of my early adventures. I'm going to duck. I'm gonna stop, drop, and roll. I am going to and shout.
Okay.
So
What would you like to
avoid
shout?
my agility is probably -3 or something.
No, you can move during combat as a free action. So yeah, you can stop, drop, and roll. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, like that thing where they duck back around the door frame. You know that.
Yep, that is perfectly doable as a free action during combat.
Okay, and then tell him stand down.
Technically, I outrank you.
Yes, but you are technically supposed to be on the same side here. So he's shouting for you to.
Hold your fire.
Oh my goodness!
What's
So
the password?
Fangully. Only he would know that I have that pet name for him.
This is a
And I'll
bad thing.
phaser you just for that one.
Well, you're going to have to get through a bulkhead then, because I'm behind the door. This has taken a very adversarial turn, I have to say.
Oh, dear. I did not expect this when I rolled up tonight.
We're going to undo all your healing. You're going to do yourself a damage again and snap another rib in the bargain.
Oh,
Well, I
my.
want to go into the ready room and phaser him for that one.
Okay, so you're going to. Oh dear. So he is actually going to cross over to here. That is quite a way. Go on. I'll allow it. We'll see where this goes.
What? Wait, what? He's coming after me now. He's on something.
He stepped forward. So Tabby's currently unconscious on the floor.
Which would be signal enough to anyone that he's been shooting wrong people. Goodness.
Yes. So Farron, as you step forward, you can see that you've stunned Tabby. Are you actually going to do this?
No, I want to be sure first before I fire again.
Okay, so you step
That's why
forward.
that's why I'm moving in so I can see.
Fair enough. Well, you can see that Tabby is on the
Yeah,
floor,
I don't
and
trust that anymore.
the lieutenant is hiding behind the bulkhead.
Show yourself.
Let's see.
Show
Do I
yourself.
have,
Or come in all phasers blasting.
So I shall put the tip of my pardon?
I said, show yourself or I'll charge in all phasers blasting.
Well, I have more than you have, but anyway, I'm going to send my phaser rifle out with a pair of white Y-fronts dangling from the tip to signal my surrender.
Where are you getting these Y-fronts from?
Well, considering they're under my uniform, under a spacesuit, it took a bit of doing.
Oh my goodness!
That has unconscious.
And after all that friendly fire, they may not be whiter than white any longer.
Oh my goodness! This is why I love role playing.
But it is starting to steer into that other kind of role play. So
Well, at least the communications are down, so we can't hear. Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
Well, I'm going to phaser him for attempting that one.
Oh,
what
Yeah.
then? I don't know.
He'll just be shooting his underwear.
okay. I need control plus security on a difficulty of 3 because he is in cover.
Yeah. So which ones do I need to roll?
Control plus security.
Yeah, that's going to be 12. 2D or 4D?
2d20.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
4 and 3.
Okay, that's 2 successes, but he's in cover, so you miss. Lieutenant Dow, play moves over to you.
well, geez. I mean, have I got a boomerang? I do. I'm just going to keep shouting that he needs to not stop playing silly beggars and put down the rifle or put whatever he's shooting with. and I will. I'll give him my name, rank, and serial number.
Okay.
And hopefully that brings him round.
Come to the door with your hands up and then state your name, rank, and serial number.
You first.
You don't give me orders, Lieutenant.
Well, then, if you're calling me Lieutenant, you know who I am. So.
I still want to make
Let's-
sure you're not a Romulan spy.
Well, how would a Romulan spy know the Fern Gully joke?
Telepathy.
But they're touch telepaths, and we have suits on.
Just come to the door, otherwise you'll be on report.
How many of those flashbangs can I detonate at one time?
One.
Hardly seems worth the effort. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with this. I need to. Can I calm him with my telepathy? Can I lullaby or something?
Come to the door and take off your helmet.
I would, but you're being a helmet. I've lost all trust. I'm starting to wonder.
I'll
I'm
put
starting to
my
wonder if
I will
you're
put my
being.
phaser on the floor.
Well, let me slip back into my Y fronts, and then I will come round. I won't let go of my phaser, but I will take my finger out of the trigger guard. I'll hold it by its the barrel or the you know.
And you're on report of being out of uniform.
Oh my goodness.
Can I give away those 2 momentums for a promotion?
Unfortunately not.
Shame. Okay, we need to quit playing silly beggars.
Okay.
So I've come round the door. I've shown it's me. My helmet off.
Okay.
Well, my apologies.
That was a bit of an anticlimax.
Oh my goodness.
And I suppose that makes everything okay.
Well, what do you expect me to do? Phaser you at point blank range?
Oh my goodness.
I'd like to get on, if you don't mind. We'll sort the rest out at the Board of Inquiry.
Oh my goodness. This is-
Hold on, you two could have been Romulans.
Wow.
Starfleet Security Training 26B. When in doubt, fire phasers at stun indiscriminately.
I'm not sure that's true.
Yeah,
But okay.
I think I would want some documentary evidence of that particular
Oh.
that particular bit
What
of.
do they teach you at the academy these days?
Not to shoot people on first sight.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's
So the cat
We've
is
been at this
unconscious
for an
on
hour
the
and a half.
floor.
let's
Better give him some of the smelling catnip to wake him up.
smelling salt.
So
Are you sure you just want to shoot him again? Maybe that'll ginger him up.
shoot.
Just try the smelling catnip.
Okay, I'm going to need to. If you're trying to provide first aid to bring him round, I'm going to need daring plus medicine, please.
From which of us?
Whoever's bringing Tabby round.
Well, my daring is 7, my medicine is 4, so that's 11.
Not bad.
My one is 10.
Well,
My daring is 9, medicine 1.
What do I roll?
2d20.
2D. Okay, already there. 13 and 12.
Okay, I guess we're waiting for him to just come round.
Yeah, he'll come around when he feels like it.
Well,
You try as well. Go on then.
8 and 7.
Well, there you
Oh,
are then. He's perfectly fine now. You managed to bring him round. So, Tabby, you've woken
Enjoy
up.
my snooze.
Sorry, we had to disturb your snooze there.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
We have to use the smelling catnip.
Needs must.
Evidently, yes.
Now, Tabby, you sleep on duty again. It'd be the brig when we get back.
Can I snooze at the brig? Is there cat food and catnip there?
I love it. It's brilliant.
And then after a month in the brig, you'll be cleaning out the warp plasma conduits.
Oh my goodness.
With a micro degausser.
No, with a toothbrush.
Okay, guys. At the risk of derailing this episode of Monty Python Does Star Trek, what is your plan now?
The time is 22:44 hours.
Plan, not time.
Let us see.
Can I
Well,
get
we've taken the bridge. Are we able to still know? Like, we can't boost communications. We can't do anything to get to report back to. Okay.
Can't you use your telepathy to contact our crew and get them to track to the ship out of this subspace thing?
Yeah, there must be another telepath on board I could have a chat with.
Listen, this LaSalle fellow, does he have what exactly was his plan?
Oh yeah,
As to
good.
getting out of this particular difficult area of subspace.
Well, no one said the tractor beams don't work.
Ensign LaSalle says that his plan was essentially to try and work out what was going on and then hold up until help arrived.
We are the help.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of.
Is there any way to determine from the bridge where the remaining Romulans are?
We thought the
We
storage
don't know
station
if
can
there
do
are
that.
any. There are 0 to 2 left.
And we know that there was some in engineering. If it were they who initiated the signal trace.
Can I use the
Let's
science
use
to
the software on this.
determine this?
Right, so it's clear to everyone on the bridge that the only terminal that is working is science. The science terminal is operational. The rest are still locked out. So if you want to use the internal sensors, you can definitely try. But with subspace interference, it is going to be a problem for you. So I would say you're going to need a difficulty of 3 to get any real working information out of it. If you want to do that, though, it will be control plus science.
What's the ensign's control
That's a
plus?
16 on my. That's 16.
The
Well, fair
ensign,
enough to do. That's a high score.
the ensign's control plus science is 11.
Control
I'm also,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
But
I've
I've
got
got a 6 and a 6.
8. I've got 8.
fair enough, stats on it.
That's 13.
I've got 6 and a 6 on my roll.
Okay, who's assisting? Whichever
Sorry,
of you.
what was your score for those two things?
6 and a 6.
He's got a combined total of 16. He's got 2 successes because he's already tried it. One of you guys, if you assist, can roll 1 d20.
No, I'm saying.
Forget it. My
Captain.
control and science equals 16, and my roll got me 6 and 6 equals 12.
Yeah. Lieutenant Dowd, are you okay?
Yes.
You
How I was trying to ask Tabby what his statistics were for those areas.
Ah.
What was it again, sorry?
Sorry?
What stats? Sorry? Which ones?
Oh, control plus science.
Control 9, science 2, so 11.
Okay, so maybe I better do the assist then. I have a slightly higher
Okay.
Probably sensible, yes.
of 13. And is it 2d20 again, sorry?
No, just the one because you're assisting.
Oh, one. Oh. I learned something new today. Let's see. 12.
So you've done it.
Yay
Because-
me.
So with 3 successes, you do manage to get some workable information out of the internal sensors, despite all the static and interference. What you can tell is that there don't appear to be any Romulans in engineering. In fact, there are no life science in engineering at all.
Not surprised you disabled the life support.
Yes, life support in engineering is also off. That is clear from the science terminal.
This
Did
is
it
what I
say-
never understand. One of these non-standard things in Star Trek is, when life support goes off, I mean, it doesn't mean all the air's evacuated out of like. It's just like, oh, the life support's off. It's like, no, just a fishbone. Sorry.
When
Yes.
I moved, when
It-
I
it
moved to
depends
go
on
to
the-
engineering,
Just one moment there, Farron. What were we saying, Dad?
Nothing of import.
Fair enough. Okay. At this point, I am going to use 2 of my threat.
Oh dear.
Yes, I'm using up 2 of my threat and changing the scene. The scene has now ended because there were no Romulans in engineering because the Romulans have come to you.
Oh no.
At least we've got some nice rifles.
So, the 2 remaining Romulans that were on the ship are now, as you can probably see me moving all this stuff all over the place, they're about to burst in through this door. So you guys are over here working on the science terminal.
Okay.
They have burst through the door
How did they manage that? I
because
thought
they've come.
the only access to the bridge was via the captain's ready room.
Yes, the captain's ready room is here.
Oh, is
this-
it?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought you. Sorry, I mistook you for bringing them out of the turbo lift.
No, sorry.
No. My poor weak eyes.
It's no problem. So they're aiming their destructor rifles, and they look ready to go, ready to throw down. They look
rock.
absolutely pissed.
Get on with it, everybody, and be nice and have some nice tea and cake. But if they're going to be so annoying, we better aim our big rifle at them, I think.
Yes.
Why
Since Tabby is not currently working on the science terminal, I'm going to say Tabby gets first score. So, what do you do?
Fire the one of the big rifles at one of the whoever's closest on the stun mode.
Okay.
Not to go numpty at the same time.
The closest one is the Romulan commander. That's this lady here.
Yes.
So, if I could have control plus security.
Control 9, security 4, so that's 13. And do you want a 2d20 again?
2d20, yeah.
I've got 4 and 9.
4 and 9. So you've hit, that's 2 hits, 2 successes. That's all you need. And you're now using a phaser rifle. So could I have 5d6 to see what your damage is?
5d6, 51632.
Okay. So what you have there is 4 damage plus 2 effects. And your effects, as before, you can either keep the initiative and pass directly straight to another one of your team, hit a secondary target, or add 2 bonus damage.
How much damage do I need to stun?
You need 5 to stun.
I better do some bonus damage so that we can get rid of this commander.
Okay.
Got
So-
4, so one bonus damage should get rid of her.
Shooting at a lady, really.
Shooting at a Romulan. So you hit the Romulan commander square in the chest. But here's the thing: what you expect to be a normal hit that would stun doesn't. I'm going to use 2 threat to make it just a flesh wound. The Romulan stays upright.
Is it a bit of a bullet sponge, Romulan?
Yes. Remember that log? There was something strange about this Romulan commander.
Oh, she's wearing a bulletproof vest. Or a phaser-proof vest.
So she stays upright, and play now moves to the Romulans. So the Romulan commander is going to try and take cover behind the ops station, and fire back. Let me just find the stats for the Romulan. Here we are. So I need a control plus security, which is 15. Okay, 1 success. That's great. So she misses. That's just
Seems very
freaking
impolite.
great. Play now moves over to you guys. Who wants to go next? Lieutenant Dowd or Ferrin?
I'll try a phaser in.
Okay, Ferrin, you want to try for next? Control plus security.
Your control and security for me.
Who are you going for? The man or the woman?
Yeah, I'm going to. Yep.
Which one?
And the man or the woman? Yes.
The sub commander, the woman.
The woman. Okay. Control plus security. You're going to need.
That's going to be 12.
Yep. You're going to need 3 successes because she's in cover.
Well, I've got 8 and a 1 on the 2d20.
Okay. Well, a 1 counts as 2 successes, so you got the 3. You're still using a phaser, standard hand phaser, so could I have 4d6?
Right, 4d6. 6, 4, 5, and 2.
Okay, so that's 4 successes with 2 effects. Your options again are where are the options again? I should just keep this open. You can either add 2 bonus damage, or you can hit a second target, or you can keep the initiative by passing it straight to Lieutenant Dowd, and bypassing the second Romulan having a go.
Well, I add the damage to the woman.
Okay, so now she's been hit enough. The Romulan commander goes down. Okay, here's the information we've got here. The attack strikes the sub-commander square in the chest, causing what you imagine would be a debilitating injury. And when she goes down, she collapses across the ops control console, at which point a small creature scurries out of her mouth. It's 4 inches long, purple, with 6 legs, pincers, and a blue gill on its side.
That's about the right size for a cat to attack, isn't it?
It's the right size for everyone to attack. The Romulan goes next, and the Romulan say something in Romulan, which your universal translator translates as, "What the hell is that?" And now he fires on the little creature. So I need my stats for the Romulan again. Where are his stats gone? He is just a standard guy. So it's control plus security, isn't it? Yeah. His stats aren't great. He misses. Play moves over to Lieutenant Dowd.
Can I stun it?
Yeah, you can go for a
or is
stun.
the only thing you can do like just make it into pesto?
You can go for a stun attack, or you can go for a lethal attack. You have to declare a lethal attack before you fire.
No, I would like to stun it.
Okay. Control
Because, fun fact, the Milton encountered these creatures as well. They are known as the Hidden, and we did actually open peaceful negotiations with them. They were some that were left behind when the others exploded in Remek's head or whatever. Although I can't go by that here because, of course, it's not the same thing. But anyway.
So, could we have a control plus security task, please?
It's usually, I should know these by heart. Control is 8, security is 1, so 9. And is it 2d20 or?
2d20 again.
Okay, 2d20. 16 and 7. So that's 1 success, isn't it?
1 success.
How many did I require to
2.
knock the beggar? Oh.
Sorry. So
Bollocks.
unfortunately you miss. It is a small creature though.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And they are quite. They're kind of like those centipedes. They're quite quick. Some of them.
Yes.
I'm going to try and vaporize the thing.
In just a moment, because play now goes back to the start of the set, which was Tabby. So you'll be up after Tabby. What are you going to do there, Tabby?
Well, I'm a cat, so I'm going to pounce on it with my claws.
Okay.
And like shake it in your. Well, I guess that's a dog more, isn't it?
That's a crocodile, I think.
So I'm going to say you move forward. You need a grapple attack. That would be daring plus security.
Daring plus security. So daring 8, security 4, so that's 12.
Not bad.
2 20 would give 6 and 7.
Okay, 6 and 7. So you've got 2. I have to now roll against that. Where are my stats for this creature? So I have no security. I have to just roll on daring alone. This is going to be fun. You have successfully damaged it. So could I actually have for a claw attack? I'm going to say, let's say it's the same as if you attack with a knife, because you have
dagger-like claws. Yes.
Yeah. So could I have 4d6, please?
4d6. 5225.
Okay, you have successfully sliced through it, and it collapses in half on the ground.
In half? Oh my!
Yep, you've managed to slice all the way through it, so it's down. Wow! So there you are. The Romulan just doesn't seem to know what to do. He starts trying to back away, as if he's attempting to just leave.
What? Stun the Romulan, please.
Okay, so Farron, that is your option, and control plus security, please.
Would that be a 12? Three and 4.
3 and 4. Yes, so that you hit. Could I have 4d6, please?
One, 3, 4, and 2.
So that's 3. You've managed to hit 3. So he's injured, but he's not down. Play now passes over to the Romulan. He is going to attempt to flee. So he's fleeing to the Jeffrey's Tube bulkhead. What's your next move? Play moves to Lieutenant Dowd.
Okay, so call me crazy. I would like to try to reason with him and convince him that we need to work together.
Okay.
We are facing a common threat. And that we've encountered this threat before.
Okay. So are you going to move forward and try a reason, or are you shouting from the back of the room?
I will move forward.
Okay, you move forward and try to reason with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so how's that going to go down? What are you going to say?
We are facing. We have seen this enemy before. Okay. We don't want to harm you. We've seen this enemy before. We think we are facing a similar enemy, and it only makes sense for us to work together. And thank you for listening to my TED talk.
We've
Like
attacked
and
your
subscribe.
we've attacked your ship, killed your crew, and you expect me to believe that you want to work together?
Yeah. This is a threat that makes this almost nothing by comparison. We need to know more about this enemy, and you may have information we require. So can we declare a temporary truce if we want to get out of this alive?
The Romulan
Plus, your ship buggered off and you're alone, so think on.
the Romulan ponders this issue and reluctantly agrees. Under the circumstances, you do make a good point. Very well. Very well. Let's work together and see what we can do. So what is that thing?
Well, we're going to subject the Romulan to the mind probe now.
Patrick, I have to say, please watch Lower Decks, because the way you come across, you are Shax. You're playing the part of Shax so well, and it's great.
I've not seen a single episode.
Oh, you should. You would love it. It's great. He always wants to blow things up.
But I'm not wanting to blow him up. I want to put him under the mind probe for interrogation.
Yes,
Which
I
mind probe
understand
is
that.
this? Where did we get that all of a sudden?
I'm sure we can find one or make one.
Okay.
The one
Is this a good time to wind down, Zoe?
This-
I've got to make some dinner.
Yes, I'm actually about to say, you have essentially finished this episode. So, with you now back in control of the ship, you can all work together very easily to restore all of the ship's systems. You can get the engines back online and very, very carefully inch your way out of the nebula. At which point you're able to rendezvous with your own ship outside, not a nebula, outside of the spatial distance, subspace distortion. At which point you're able to rendezvous with your own ship, the USS Enigma, which is such a cool ship, and inform the crew of what's happened. So, with that said, you now have incoming message, because Starfleet is saying that you're getting a message from a Klingon outpost, which is very, very concerning. People on that outpost are saying, there's something here. We need assistance. People are not themselves. And then it cuts out. So, with that said, to be continued.
Do I not get to dissect that thing that I cut in half?
Sorry?
Do I not get to dissect that thing that I cut in half?
Yes, if you want to, you can dissect the thing you cut in half. Could I
Yeah,
have
you've already made a start.
could I have an insight plus medicine roll, please?
Insight 8, medicine 4. So that's 12, isn't it? And then you want a 2, 3, 20, 12 and 20.
So you've got that's fine. You've got a success. So this appears to be what Starfleet regards as a neural parasite. It's exactly the same kind of neural parasite that the Enterprise D encountered in 2364 and what you can tell is that this one has been in control of the Romulan commander for quite some time. It's a slightly older, more developed one.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it's been there for quite a while.
Do we know anything about where these things come from, how they breed, how they get into people's heads?
They
Is there a
generally,
reference book somewhere?
yes, they generally try to climb in through the mouth or the ear, at which point they'll cut with their teeth that kind of bite their way through to get access to the host's brainstem. They latch on, and from there they essentially take over the host and pilot them as if they're some kind of meat suit. It's a very, very disgusting creature. But we
How do
don't.
The only way we can that you may suspect they're there is they have a little gill that comes out behind the head, so it can,
Yep.
I guess, breathe, and then and their hosts may have surface memories, but they're very vague, and so if you ask them about old times or nuanced questions about old times, they're they won't be able to answer them. They'll kind of la through.
How do they reproduce?
There is a queen. They operate in a kind of hive structure. A queen, or what they would call a mother creature, that is responsible for producing lots and lots of them, and it's just like, ugh.
So
Eh,
what are the roles in the reproductive cycle of these individual drones?
we don't know. Starfleet doesn't have enough intelligence to know that.
And
They kind
where
of
do the
destroyed
queens
them
normally
before
live?
they got a chance to.
Yeah, they shot first and asked questions later.
Yes, that's how the Patrick School of Thought. Where do these, what's the habitat for the queens normally?
Dark and wet and inside a host.
Yeah.
They tend to.
You kind of buried the lead there.
Yeah, they have a connection in the brainstem, but based on what we saw in the episode, the actual queen is in the
It's
chest
massive.
cavity.
Yeah.
So it takes over essentially and uses the body as a reproductive shell.
And how do they manage to get into people's mouths? While they're asleep or something?
I would assume so, but no one's entirely sure. We haven't.
Well, I
studied
think
them
they use the people that are taken over introduce these parasites and incapacitate people and down the hatch. I think is sort of what they were.
That would
What
do
they
it.
were
Yeah.
going to try to do they were going to. The one was for Riker, like they attack hierarchy, like they attack upper levels of hierarchy so that they
Yeah.
can, work from the head down.
We need some kind of quarantine in this colony. Can we send Chris Whitty?
Yeah, I'll launch him tonight. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been
God,
great. But
yeah, it hotted up at the end. That was a turn up for the books, wasn't it?
Yes. So I bet you weren't expecting that result. I certainly wasn't expecting some of what happened tonight. But that's the beauty of
Yes.
roleplay. That's why I love it, because you can sit here. I've already read the adventure, so I knew where it was going, but I didn't know how you get there, and it was very good fun to watch. I've really enjoyed it tonight. I hope you guys have too.
Yeah,
I like
great.
it.
Okay, so
That was a delight.
thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to everyone who's watched in the chats. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Take care,
And you,
live long,
and you.
and prosper.
Game Master. Thank you.
Cheerio.
Bye.
Bye now.